You're listening to Mondo Cool, the only Dragon Ball movie podcast that gives you a Zenkai boost.
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
What's up, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another edition of Mondo Cool. That's our Dragon Ball movie podcast. I, as always, am your host, KZ Excellent, KZExcellent.com. And with me, I've got two scholars of the Dragon Ball community, Dan and Bob Video Games of GigaBoots.com. Hey, guys.
Bob, the important thing is that I kill myself and you watch so that way you'll get strong.
God. Can't we just zoom in your face for like 12 minutes?
We can do that first, yeah. Can we open this Mondo Cool with a slow zoom of my face, KZ?
I'll consider it. And also, in the background, seemingly voiced by King Kai, I guess, is Mr. Field, Mr. Field's Wild Ride.
I'm running a bunch of people over with my car. It has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. I just moved to Florida.
Well, this is that show where we discuss a Dragon Ball thing for maybe an hour. There's some bits inside it, all kinds of stuff. This is one of those good shows where it comes out early and stuff. Feel talk about it.
Well, if you'd like to get this show early, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you'll get this show and Chugging Bleach, our Bleach review podcast, early, and other benefits such as commentary tracks for our Cursed Content Club show, access to our Cursed Content by Committee Patreon exclusive show, extended armchair dev pitches, and other bonuses. That's patreon.com/gbpodcast.
That's wonderful. We've been going through quite an arc throughout all of these films, and we've been on the rise. But now we're leaving the films behind, going to one of the TV specials. And as you know, we really enjoyed the Bardock one. But this time, we're jumping in to Dragon Ball Z, History of Trunks, or, as it's called in Japanese,
Defiance in the face of despair, the remaining super warriors, Gohan and Trunks.
I think I might like that title more.
Or, if you pervert, Zetsubo ino Hanko, Noko Sareta Chosenshi, Gohan to Torankusu.
Now I'm not sure I like it more.
it's time, Dan. I need you to get me through everything that happened into this epic.
Jack shit.
Okay, alright, now I'm gonna need you to pretend this shit had content, I guess. If that's the way you're gonna play it here. And summarize the events. I watched, this thing was 47 minutes long according to the player. So there must have been some content here.
No.
So
Shut up! God, I'm gonna blow my brains out. Summarize this thing!
So History of Trunks, as we know, is a TV special, coming out around the time the androids started showing up in the mainline series, of course. So that means we have to talk about how cool the future was with Trunks. So the movie opens on Gohan and everyone else around Goku's bed as he dies. And then we cut to each Z warrior being completely killed by the artificial humans, just completely owned. And then it pops up with the title card, The History of Trunks. Once again, I like the alternative Japanese title more because I feel like you didn't really get that much about Trunks in this thing, but I digress.
I like how all the Z warriors were killed completely bloodlessly. So Piccolo, the man who can regenerate, just got punched in the back.
Piccolo was the first to try and the first to die.
Yeah, the US dub really tries on this one.
Like, they each go one at a time to go die. It's kind of funny. It's like, what? Why is it like this?
Well, that's how they always do it.
Yeah, it's Z Warrior tradition.
I guess. Usually, the elites all show up the same place and then go one at a time.
There are a lot of lines in this about mass murder and, how this is hell itself on Earth that the US dub has to completely replace. And they're like, well, let's just throw in some funny dialogue while Dream Theater plays.
God.
It was mostly two different Dream Theater songs that they keep looping throughout the whole 47 minutes. It's really quite something. But yeah, no, after we summarize all the, briefly skim over everyone in the series dying, we get the androids blowing up Peppertown. We get Roshi and his buds hanging out in a submarine under the water, which they have a line in there. I think it was in both dubs about we should go up for food.
Yeah.
What did they fucking...
Yeah, they're in the sub next to the Kame house. They're like, no, they'll
It's
find
too
us there.
dangerous.
I
They'll find us
can't
at the Kame
believe-
house.
We can't escape that pig.
No,
No.
Oolong has to be in this.
See, this is a weird special to watch right now, because like a character appears to be just coming home from the grocery store and is like, half the world is dead.
Oh no!
Yeah, in Japan, he's just talking about how like brutal all the murdering and stuff is, and how devastating it is. In the US dub, he's like, I got you this food. I hope that's okay. And he's just filling time because they don't want to talk about the slaughtering.
He's like, I still think the androids aren't real.
Yes, that's totally what he said.
The whole thing has a weird tone of, it's been 13 years, but I guess they just show up once in a while at random cities to blow them up. It's strange.
They're taking their sweet time somehow.
Because cities still function and have amusement parks?
That's the one that fucking got me. 13 years later, there's still a fucking amusement park? That's the part that was really like, it's the real world right now. Those motherfuckers will not be denied Disney.
And then the Disney workers didn't even recognize the androids. Like, they were like, what? I've never seen this.
Yeah, they're like, who are you? Hey, get them back in the line. And it's like, how the hell do you not know the face of death?
I know that there are two androids trying to destroy the entire planet at any moment, but I've got to see Tenet. We gotta open everything back up.
Yes, Nolan knows best. But yeah, after that we get a lovely scene where Android 18, sorry, is trying on different outfits, and the guy's like, please just take all the clothes. I don't want to die. And she's like, okay, fine, I won't kill you. She goes out to the car where 17's waiting, and he's just pissed about having to wait for her to try on clothes, so he blows up the fashion store. I think there's a really good line about, what was it? You made me look like a liar. How dare you?
Yes.
It's just like, that's the level she cares about. Just that she looks like a liar.
Some good deliveries here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I actually like both their voice actors.
They tried to characterize the characters in the English dub. I don't think any of that of like her not wanting to be a liar or anything like that was in the Japanese subtitles.
No,
Yeah.
she just says, I told you not to blow up the clothes, because he blew up the whole store.
Yeah.
Right, because, she's the woman in Toriyama thing.
Second one in a row where there's shopping involved.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
You know what would be sane to do in a special like this? First of all, anything, which they didn't do.
Yes.
They did plenty. Sounds like you didn't watch it.
Second, offering any reason as to why the androids in this timeline are genocidal maniacs and the ones in the normal timeline aren't, which I guess they just decided would be too much effort.
Yeah, that would be... It would be good to explore why exactly the timelines deviate. But no, we just get... we hate humans. They disgust us. And then we get that scene of Phil driving through Florida.
Yes.
It's
Get
very
out of
good.
the way. I'm going to Whataburger. The lobby's open even if they don't know it.
Oh no!
Gotta get my mushroom Swiss. Let me pull up to the drive-through lobby.
With an egg on it.
Get the egg on it.
And then Trunks hears on the radio that Phil is driving to the Whataburger, and he leaps out of the car he was riding in with his mother, Bulma, and Bulma's like, this sucks. And then we cut to humans running away from the androids, and I guess they finish up right before Trunks gets there, so Trunks can hold a plushie of a bunny rabbit and be sad.
Yeah, every time they show up to a city, it's like, this city's already been completely wiped out. It's like, maybe you should just leave. Yeah, this seems like a lost cause, man.
No.
The second Trunks is sad about the plush buddy, Gohan shows up and he's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Gohan. Here's a picture of my face." And it's really good. It's really good. There's a lot of.
I got a really bad haircut.
Yeah, you did.
They killed all the barbers somehow by coincidence. That first town they hit was the Worldwide Barber Convention.
Tragic. But yeah, you just get a small scene of Trunks being like, "You need to train me to be strong, Gohan, so I can avenge everyone." And Gohan's like, "Okay, I'll train you. Just, Trunks is like, "Don't tell Bulma." And they're hanging out.
I just sound weird now.
Bulma's onto their shit. Gohan does sound weird now. And then we start the training. Let me tell you, this is the arc of the entire special. Gohan stares at Trunks while he gets mad.
When you tell your little brother you're not stopping at McDonald's.
and then
he really wasn't prepared for this future.
No.
He's like, I don't know, think about getting angry.
You should get really fucking pissed. And then they're like, I think 2 whole shots of him actually, sparring with Trunks. I think that's it.
Did we get into any of the eye catches yet? Because those are so bad.
No, the eye catches are bad. But okay, so let's talk about it. The eye catches unreal levels of not agreeing with the tone of the special, which is like everyone on Earth is dying and everything's dear. Wah, 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 wah. God, it sucks.
Just insert slide whistle in the middle of tragic scene.
Yeah.
Real good.
No. And it happens like, what, 3-4 times?
3 times.
It was real rough. It was really, really rough. I cracked up every single time and then immediately deeply sighed.
Yes.
It was, it put me through some moods, that's for sure. Anyway, then we get the scene we were talking about where Chi-Chi's dad shows up and talks about buying groceries, but, in Japan, he's just talking about how everybody's fucking dead. And then eventually after, he's done talking about that, the US dub can join them in talking about, oh, hey, that's right. Gohan's training Trunks to avenge everyone's death. And then she's like, I can't lose Gohan too. That'll make me sad.
I wonder what's up with Popo in this universe.
Yeah, that's a good question, but we're not answering that. We're watching Gohan stare at Trunks get mad.
And it'd be really good for helping Trunks that room that lets people train a really long time in a really short amount of time.
Nah, that sounds risky. How about I just stare at him get mad?
God damn it. I hate how the day before we start this, you just post 1 frame of just Gohan staring into the camera. And I had just woken up at the time when I saw it, and I'm like, all right, let me go watch this later on in the day. I laugh at the zoom in frame of that. I'm like, hold on. Did Dan post that? Am I laughing at the same shit as Dan? Yes.
Yeah, just this really insanely slow zoom on Gohan's face. It's really hilarious.
It's gonna be hard to not just make that the picture for the episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what happened? Like, this is already after Dende took over for Piccolo, so they don't have that excuse for why the Dragon Balls don't exist.
No, this is everybody died before that happened, Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dende shows up like right before the Cell games.
Sorry.
Goku has to go get him using interplanetary instant transmission, and Goku died before he could do that from eating too many Baconators.
I guess.
It's his fault for stopping at Planet Wendy's.
It was karma for him always going, women be shopping.
And then eating a butter bar.
Yes. No, not the butter bars.
The Goku got out of his space capsule and went, oh, my heart. But yeah, no, after that, we immediately get some scenes of the amusement park that we all had to make fun of because it's insane that there's a fully functioning, fully populated amusement park 13 years after this mayhem
And then they
has
don't
begun.
know who the androids are.
Yeah, no, that's the part that sends me the most. It's just like, how the fuck do you not know?
They wear the same clothes. Her back had the red ribbon logo on it.
Yeah.
They show the news covering them.
There's even like a really good moment of what was it? A lot of the amusement park gets blown up, right off the bat because they start talking sassy to the androids. A manager or something picks up a phone and goes, "Hello, is this the military?
God.
Hey guys, can you come on over and help?" And it just cuts to a field of fucking military vehicles completely blown up and dead people everywhere.
You don't understand how good that is because I almost passed out when this well-meaning dude, glasses broken, is in hell, picks up the phone and it's King Kai. It is just the exact same performance of King Kai.
I didn't even know that.
I'm going to make up some lore.
He's like, "Yeah, please bring someone here now, please."
I didn't even notice.
Everyone has a direct line to the military, I guess.
Yeah, especially theme park operators.
Yes.
Is there something wrong with that, Bob?
Dominoes.
Can I gotta ask, do senzu beans not work on heart disease?
No, they don't.
Okay.
No.
They can regrow, like, destroyed
No, they
flesh.
can't regrow shit.
Yeah, they can't regrow destroyed flesh. They don't do
Oh,
that.
yes,
That's
they can.
What?
They can't regrow limbs, but if you, like, get a hole blasted through your chest, they can absolutely fix that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's
Right?
true.
It's like super recovery.
Like, if they just blew up Goku's heart and he hit a senzu bean, he would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, no, because
if you
good
would-
luck chewing a bean when your heart's exploded.
It seems the rule seems to be if you could conceivably recover from it. No, that's not true because Gohan gets his fucking neck broken and it fixes it.
Here's how this works. It can fix everything
Toriyama
but
didn't
sick.
care.
Yeah, no, it's literally like everything about this timeline. It's just contrived and doesn't actually fit into Dragon Ball Z type universe, but it's fine.
Hey, it's fine. They just wanted to make a lavishly animated, really cool OVA for you to watch, and that's what we got. Filled with depth, writing, arcs.
Don't ask why they didn't get the Dragon Balls and wish for Goku to not have heart disease.
Yeah, don't ask that, please.
That's
really...
Dragon's
No.
like, I can't do that. It's beyond my power.
The dragon's like, come on, man.
Not interested.
He's like, but we're really just wishing for you to put a stent in his heart because of all the bacon. Like, no,
Can't do it too complicated. Sorry, kid.
that's socialism. I'm leaving.
Jesus Christ. That's so...
You know, these are the times that I imagine editing clips of Dragon Ball and lip flapping them from whatever we say. Moments like that.
It's really great. That's so
It's socialism. I'm leaving. You just see them flash, scatter into the balls again.
Except for the balls don't separate. They just fly into space. They just, woo.
Earth got too socialist for me. I had to leave.
It's like the opposite of Tim Curry in Red Command and Conquer.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Spice!
But yeah, then Gohan shows up at the amusement park. We have a cool scene where they fight at the amusement park. Trunks doesn't help at all. Trunks gets owned immediately. Gohan
Why
gets a
did he
little
bring
owned trying to help
Trunks?
Trunks. I don't know. It doesn't.
Because Gohan was doing pretty good until it was like, oh no, I have to protect Trunks. Maybe I shouldn't have brought the child who cannot do the thing that makes you 50 times stronger.
So the stuff could happen.
And then in a giant explosion beam thing while they're hiding behind some rubble, Gohan's arm disappears.
God.
The thing that bothered me the most about that scene is like, oh man, they're gonna blow everything up, and then they shoot, and you just see a flash, and it hard cuts to destroyed area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, there sure was a lot of time and effort put into this thing.
Yeah, this thing's a little...
This wasn't a movie and didn't get movie money.
It certainly fucking didn't. That much is apparent, which makes me question us ranking it later among movies, but we'll get there when we get there.
We already ranked
We
Bardock.
rank
Can't stop.
Bardock, we can rank this.
I get that. I get that. So anyway, Gohan has one arm, but he sees Trunks looks a little roughed up, so he uses his last Senzu beam to heal Trunks. And then he says something like, oh, here's the future. And then he dies. And then they're like, oh no, we should see if he's not actually dead. So Trunks flies him over to Bulma. Shockingly, he's not dead. He just has one fewer arms now.
So is Yajirobe and the cat, are they dead? They didn't cover that, but I guess that they are because they're our sensu beings.
Yajirobe is, because I think they actually show him in some version get a hole blown through him.
Oh no, not the Bean Daddy.
Oh no,
That's tragic.
Yeah, they do show it. I don't know if it's in the TV show, and they did not actually show it in the special. But yeah, he gets super fucking owned.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And
It's
he got
surprising
fat.
that he would. It's really surprising that he would even show up to anything like that. but yeah.
Don't worry, they undo it in Super with no explanation. He's just alive in that timeline.
Okay. He probably had a sensu bean. I mean, we know that can repair holes in chests.
But yeah, then we have to get back to our
I
rigorous
can't believe
training.
they wouldn't respect the things that happened in this OVA. That's fucked up.
We have to get back to the rigorous training of Trunks getting mad and Gohan going, yeah, you should get mad. You should get real fucking pissed. You should get furious. You should get
I
really
can't
mad.
look at my screen.
Oh,
They're looking.
that's like a really great image of him getting owned.
Are you bitch? Are you bitch? You bitch?
Listen here, bitch. You a bitch? You should get mad, bitch.
I just looked it up. It is literally, the explanation is literally when he shows back up in the future timeline, he had a Senzu bean.
Hell yeah.
What? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I can't. No, not engaging. So, Trunks gets
You
mad.
have to. It's important.
No, it isn't. This isn't a super podcast. So Trunks tries to get mad and he fails at getting mad and passes out. And then Gohan's like, hey, you know how I get pissed? I think about all the important people I've lost. And Trunks sits there like, okay.
I was a baby.
I've always lived in this post-COVID universe. I don't understand loss.
Oh no.
Even though he was mad about the children that died in that one city, that's apparently not personal enough. So Gohan,
Yeah, it's not personal
at
enough.
this exact
He's
moment,
a sociopath.
you can assume that Gohan has some really giga brain plan of what if I fucking die? It's a really good plan.
That can't actually be his intention. That's so
Good
stupid.
plan.
I'm of course giving it too much credit. There is no plan. It's all very stupid
Die.
regardless.
There is no plan. I'll die.
Yeah. We cut to the androids just blowing up another city, and eventually, Gohan shows up and he's like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you two. And then they're like, I think this was in the US dub exclusively. They go, oh good, we were tied for points. You can be our tiebreaker. We're gonna go all out on you. And Gohan's like, rawr, even if I die, I won't be the last one. And this is in both. This is in both localizations, just to be clear. He says this cheesy line about even if I die, someone will carry on my torch, blah blah blah, out of the ashes, blah 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 blah.
Raw.
Ignore that there's literally only one Saiyan left after him,
Yep.
and everyone else is just, they can't get any stronger.
Still correct.
Roshi won't ever
Yoshi.
train.
Yeah, so then we get some really cool fight scenes where the city turns purple, and that's pretty cool. Gohan has a single hand and single arm, so he has to do some tactical maneuvering to try to fight them. He doesn't do it very well, though, so he just gets the shit kicked out of him
I like
really quickly.
The one time he's able to put up a shield, and it's just like energy shield, and it blocks their bullets.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. The animators didn't know what to do. Like, it's not like Toriyama helped with this. They just had to make shit up.
Yeah. And then Gohan gets his ass blown out, and Trunks shows up to stare at his dead body and get mad. And so he completes his training arc of getting mad successfully. There's a shot where Trunks pierces his hand with his fingertips and starts bleeding as he screams in the rain. And he becomes a Super Saiyan and is very, very cool. And then we cut to the eye catch. Womp, 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 womp.
And it's over now, right? It makes sense if they just cut to him going to the future.
Yeah, that's
then
the
there wasn't,
history of Trunks.
and there wasn't 15 more minutes that make no sense and are stupid.
I mean, I feel like that would match up. I played Legacy of Goku 2, and the intro of that is just this fight part. He turns Super Saiyan, and then they cut away to the current timeline. So clearly, there's nothing else.
So we've got 13 more minutes. And it cuts 3 years into the future. God. And Bulma's making a time machine, which she talked about earlier in the special in the original Japanese dub, but in the US dub, they cut that line out. I don't know.
So she just seems insane. She's like, this is the only way.
There's a really cool shot, unbelievably good shot, where it's a front-facing shot of the androids on a mountainous background. And then it hard cuts to the exact same background with a few objects placed in front of it. It is now a behind them shot. It is the roughest thing in this entire special.
I knew you were going to talk about this.
It is honestly one of the worst cuts I've seen in this Mondo Cool series so far. It's so unreal to cut to the same background twice with a single object change and go, oh, that's a different part of it. We promise.
Even Devil's Castle didn't do that.
I'm posting a picture so that way Phil can see. One moment.
God.
It's giving me a stroke. Front. Okay.
Yeah. That's
he's an
front.
owl.
You know what? We'll even take this slightly later frame.
I feel like I have to bring this up now since we're looking at Android 17.
Stop.
I don't like how the bad animation of this special makes them always look like they have uwu faces. It's very upsetting.
The next shot back.
Oh!
It's an identical fucking shot. God.
Look,
They use the whole animal.
It's so bad. But yeah, no, you get the androids fucking around and being dickweeds some more. And now Trunks has a sword, and that's not explained.
yeah, I was like, man, maybe
He had a sword. He had a sword in the show, so
maybe we'll learn about the
Don't
sword.
worry.
That's his history.
Don't worry. They'll explain the sword in like 8 movies in a way that doesn't make sense as to why future Trunks has it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh God, shut up! Not yet.
Oh, that's really terrible. So he swings the sword at Android 18. It cuts her hair slightly, and then in the US dub, she goes, "How could you? That doesn't grow back." This movie is, maybe peak US dub because there's a lot of not talking in Japan, and there's a lot of talking in America.
Yeah, it's kind of like Bardock and Android 13, where it's just everybody is stone silent always in Japan.
This has the same energy as the Bardock stuff.
Yeah, it does.
It's also way more noticeable here in the same way Bardock was of, yeah, no, they're not fucking talking in that version. They're sticking on this shot for too long. There's got to be added lines here.
So here,
their backs are to the camera. They're talking in English.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not even that. It's so we're looking at one android in Iraq. Let's have the other android talk. We're now panning the shot to the left to show the other android. Now the one that was on screen is talking. Because now they're barely off screen. It's so good.
Yeah, no,
it's so good.
It's expertly done. Yes.
Yes, definitely a deft hand. But then we hit the weirdest part of all of this, in my opinion. So Trunks is getting the shit kicked out of him by these androids. It's not going well.
He gets owned real hard.
And then we cut to him running through an abandoned building, hiding from them and freaking out after getting backhanded in, and it starts taking like a horror movie tone as you see like shadows of the androids pursuing him and him lighting in like very cinematic lighting and them saying shit and coming up behind him and him running some more, and he's no longer Super Saiyan, and Android 18 is like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And then you see her holding a piece of mirror and staring at him in the reflection, and they just keep beating the shit out of him.
And they have some super weird English lines like "Welcome to the cemetery," and they just keep saying "cemetery" over and over again.
Yes,
it is bizarre.
Welcome to the family, son.
And then, in the Japanese dub, they finally, like, Android 18 catches up to Trunks and just goes, "Looks like you've lost your will to fight." And then 17's like, "Okay, let's end this." He punts him out of the building, and now he's a Super Saiyan again. He stopped being Super Saiyan at the beginning of that sequence, and then he gets punted out of the building, and as soon as he lands, he is Super Saiyan again. And I'm just like...
Well, that part of the staff was working on the Super Saiyan parts all the time.
It's just so weirdly inserted as a whole sequence, That whole building thing should have been the tone for all of this, I feel. instead of just being dumb DBZ fights that aren't building up in any way. It's like this movie's Gohan getting owned 3 times with no plan on how to do it better. But yeah, no, it goes horror movie for a minute, and then they kick the shit out of Trunks, and then Trunks is like, "I'm still alive, you bastards," and then they kick the shit out of him some more, and then he actually passes out, and you can tell because he stopped being Super Saiyan. They do a giant energy blast to him at point blank, and it's like, oh man, Trunks is really fucking dead, and then we cut to him being in bed, in a hospital bed with like bandages and stuff all over him, and it's like,
I had to look at multiple sources because I'm like, all right, a scene's missing.
Yeah, no, it really seems
they
like
just didn't give a shit.
It's so nuts.
They were like, this has to be 15 minutes longer. They thought it only had to be like 40 minutes. And they're like, we need to fill an entire hour runtime with this. It needs to be at least 45 minutes with commercials added.
Somebody came in and told them that Trunks needed a fight scene.
By himself with the sword.
Yeah. And then we got this.
So then they're like, we have the time machine. You should just go back and give Goku the medicine. And he's like, okay, I'm absolutely going to do that. And she's like, hey, you don't even know if you have arms and legs underneath that cloth. And then we just... we cut to
and
her
then they
giving
play
him
the eye catch again.
I wish.
They cut to her giving him the medicine, and he gets in the time machine, and that's it. And oh my god, gentlemen, I cannot think of a single moment in all of Mondo Cool I'm going to be more disappointed by than this film. Because let me tell you, I watched this shit before. Like, I watched this shit on bootleg VHSs way before Super Saiyans were a thing in the TV era, and I was like, oh, they can turn Super Saiyan. That's really cool. What's this Trunks guy? Oh, Gohan's. Oh, this is really cool. This is metal. I'm like 8 or something. I haven't seen this since those bootleg VHSs. So watching this, I'm like, this.
And it looks like a bootleg thing.
Yeah. Watching this for the first time with Dream Theater terribly edited on top of everything, starting up songs and ending songs abruptly that are fucking classics, is really surreal. What a thing they've done here. That's the history of Trunks. You learn so much about him and his sword.
Yeah.
Now, I wanna waste no time here. We have 3 segments that we need to apply to this thing we watched. The first one, the Yamcha Award. Thing that disappointed you most. Which character? Bob, you can go first.
This one's like filled with some because everyone gets owned in seconds at the beginning of the show.
Oh, that's true.
Let's say Piccolo, because he was the first to die.
That's a reasonable system.
Man who can regenerate limbs. Oh, they hit me in the back. It was really hard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm out.
That was it for me, man.
All right, feel.
Bulma, because she's supposed to be the smartest bitch in the entire world, and she's like, no, I can't do anything about these robots for 13 years. I'll have to build a time machine. Doing anything else is too hard. I can't even give Gohan a robot arm. It's all beyond me. I'm sorry, guys.
I actually can do nothing. I will not take us to space.
Nope.
We will not go look for new Namek.
Nope. We will do nothing.
Yep.
I will not try to make a shutdown remote for the androids, which I made in the other timeline. Granted, she had their blueprints, but she made that in 5 minutes. She had 13 years here.
Do you think that Goku ever thinks about using that day to come back to Earth and like just owning the androids? Or that just doesn't exist in this timeline?
Dan!
That is easier than answering that question, huh?
Yup.
I'm going to go ahead and have to say Gohan because his training regimen sucks so much ass. I have no idea how Gohan gets to be Gohan. Is raised by Piccolo and I guess arguably Goku, and doesn't have a better plan for training Trunks than yelling at him and beating him up once or twice. Like, what is this
That's
film?
how Piccolo trained him.
No, the Piccolo trained him by making him survive out in the wilderness. He didn't even do that to Trunks.
I'm so glad that you picked him so I don't have to talk about him.
It's such a disappointment. Like, the training arc in this should have been the movie, right? But it just sucks so bad. Yeah, he's definitely winning the Yamcha award.
Trunks? Yeah, Trunks. What? That last scene's really bad. That last fight sequence that did not need to exist at all. And that's saying a lot compared to all the other ones. It's like, what was your plan here?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen this happen multiple times. Why was it going to be different? That was an experienced Super Saiyan that just died.
Also, it's super weird to do that time jump of 3 years. Like, did they just stop attacking stuff for 3 years? Did it take them this long to find them again?
Nah, Trunks just, stopped giving a shit for 3 years.
I assume it was that he just can't find them because he can't sense them and they can't sense him.
Oh, yeah, because of how the androids work. They don't charge or anything. They have, infinite battery.
Yeah.
They don't have ki.
Also never explained.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their energy never runs out, so you just have to be stronger to win.
A lot stronger, because Piccolo was stronger, but it's like his energy ran out, now he's going to lose.
Now he's going to get punched in the back.
You can't trick them. Now, this is an exciting segment coming up. We have the award-winning Can They Be Jiren? In which you have to pick a character that was in this. You have to propose how they would possibly defeat Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. We're going to start with Dan.
Heart disease.
Darn it, you took it.
I'm pretty sure
Son of a
Jiren
bitch.
would fall to that because we don't seem to know any way to defeat it aside from specifically the Bulma medicine from the future. I doubt she would make it for Jiren.
Medicine isn't true strength.
You telling me Jiren's an anti-vaxxer?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Jiren only believes in holistic medicine. Did you know that if you dissolve something into water and then pour it into a giant amount of water, the water will remember the medicine?
Yeah, that's how particles work. Yeah, definitely.
Correct.
Yeah, heart disease. Jared's gonna stop by Planet Wendy's and get too many Baconators and die just like Goku.
Oh no, Bob.
The androids. We've proved that if they're both there, they can defeat anything. Absolutely anything. Nothing can stop them.
I have to agree. I have to 100% agree with the overwhelming evidence.
It's a good thing you asked who could defeat Jiren and not who could defeat Super 17.
Right?
With my long experience with Dragon Ball Super, I have to say, yeah, there's a good chance. Feel.
Android 17, but only when he's driving a car.
Again, with my experience and what's happened in Dragon Ball Super, that car's pretty good.
Jiren doesn't look both ways in crossing the street. It's very sad.
Of course not.
He would never survive in Florida.
This is tough. You've taken all the strongest ones.
There's one character left, KZ.
You're right. Oolong.
I was gonna say a time machine, but okay.
Yeah, that was the direction I was going at first, and I was like, nah, go with heart disease.
Okay, fine. I'll pick Time Machine.
No, I want to hear your explanation for Oolong.
I was just gonna say Oolong can't die because he seemingly never dies ever, and he has to be in every future movie. So if he fights Jiren now, he has to end up coming out okay because he's gonna be in the next movie. But also the time machine could also work. I mean, when it was used in Super, it led to hilarious bad writing, so anything could defeat Jiren when that's deployed.
True.
All right, so for our third thing here, we're gonna take the villains of this movie, and you're gonna have to pick someone from canon Dragon Ball and pit them up against them. Villains in this case being Android 17 and 18. So we're gonna start with Feel.
Android 17 and 18 from the main timeline, which they say are stronger and never explain why.
I hate you. Bob, your turn.
Don't hate him. Hate fucking Dragon Ball. Like, why didn't they explain that?
I will. Bob, your turn.
Android 16.
Oh, you think 16 could
shit.
take them? He just dunks them into the sun?
Yes, obviously. These guys aren't prepared for being dunked that many times.
That's true.
I guess I'll go. God, that's so many good options here have been taken. Android 19. They'll just get really scared because it's a clown.
I think they were drastically stronger.
Yeah, but phobias can override things.
Also, who knows if these future ones were stronger? 'Cause
I
they're
know.
Apparently weaker.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird to suss this out mentally.
It could be like alternate futures have like alternate like energy fields around the planet, so it's like they're suddenly like weaker when they're in this dimension. Anything's possible.
Or Toriyama likes to raise the stakes without trying.
No way.
There's no way that's the case. That sounds like bad writing. Our man Toriyama would never do that.
He would never do that. Whoever hasn't gone, go.
You're really good at this. I'm gonna say Super 17 because GT's canon.
No, it's not. But you can go ahead anyway.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say it is canon, and then I'm gonna say Super 17. He seems really strong. Look at his arms; they're huge.
He'll just reflect light off his forehead.
Exactly. He's gonna crush them both with his 5 head.
That's great because that's the stronger Android 17 and the completely new Android 17 they made in Hell alongside Dr. Mew.
Yes. That means he has to be way stronger than these two chucklefucks, which were never anywhere near as strong as the normal timeline for some reason.
But yet no one could ever potentially get near their strengths, I guess.
No, it's too hard.
Ugh.
It's too hard because the most powerful people here, their training regimen is just to look at you.
And get you mad. They show you tweets.
Check this out. Well, we've had a lot of fun here today. The time has come to be serious here, be critical, and review the Dragon Ball special we just saw. So we're going to open. Feel, I'm going to let you be the first one. Give us your review and score. This is 1 to 7 on Dragon Ball Z History of Trunks.
This was bad and boring and 15 minutes longer than it needed to be. It's a 2.
All right.
I guess I'll go next because I usually try to save myself for last, but I just need to say it now. I cannot believe I don't know from what medium and what part of my brain thought that future Gohan was cool, but it certainly wasn't here. I've had this thing convinced in my brain that he's got one arm and looks raw. This is dope. And then I watched this, and this is the most disappointing shit ever. It's worse than watching the Bardock special and seeing how he kind of sucks also, but this is so much worse than that. The animation was rough. Scenes were missing and still felt bloated. This sucks. 1.
Okay.
All right, Dan.
I wish I could give this a 0. It's a 1. My other ones for reference, Bardock, Tree of Might, and The Return of Cooler. Somehow all 3 of those managed to be better than this. I wish I could give it a 0, but I'm not moving those numbers. 1. Easiest fucking score I've given on this entire show. What a fucking disappointment.
I cannot believe it. Bob?
Is always with these DBZ recap films that tell us something. It's like you would be 100% better if you didn't do it. Leaving it to my imagination is so much better.
By existing, it's actually taken something from you.
Yeah, just like I had a similar thing to KZ. Of like, yeah, Gohan without an arm and with short hair, he's raw.
I remembered him as like the coolest.
I don't think I've never actually seen the special. I'd seen pictures of him and of Trunks like in the rain going Super Saiyan. I was like, that's all I need. Everything here makes everything so much worse.
You're right. That is all you need.
So yeah, I'm giving it a 1 because I was like, maybe it's a little bit better than Bardock, but it's definitely not as good as Tree of Might.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is thanks to the mercy of Mr. Feel, who has ensured that History of Trunks got a grand total of 5 points, beating Return of Cooler by 1.
The only thing saving it is it is not quite as ugly as Return of Cooler.
I would argue it's uglier.
I would absolutely fucking argue it's uglier.
There are like 2 cool looking things in that movie. There are 0 cool looking things in this. The sky turns purple. That's as close as you get.
I'm just thinking about stuff like the Big Getty Star, like the half of Cooler Head. I'm like, some of that stuff looked ugly at points, but at least there was something to grasp. There's nothing. There's nothing here. Now, it's here that I get to let you know how everything ranked. So, coming at you in dead last with a score of 4. The lowest possible score we can get, The Return of Cooler. Coming up next at number 11 with 5 points is what we just watched, History of Trunks.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got, we jump up a little bit, 3 whole points. With a 3-way tie with 8 points, we got Bardock, Father of Goku, then Tree of Might, then Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle. And then we got, coming in number 7 with 11 points, Curse of the Blood Rubies. Following that up with 13 is Mystical Adventure. Then we have World's Strongest at number 5. It has 16. And then we have a tie once again between Cooler's Revenge and Lord Slug. They got 19. And then the 2 superior film coming in number 2, Super Android 13, a delightful 21. And then our number 1 film still remains by 1 point at 22 out of a possible 28 is Dead Zone. Now, I'm having a stroke, Dan.
Yeah.
Because while we have yet another film that has a really low thing, it seems worse than The Return of Cooler in a data sense. Because we had Cooler's Revenge to Return of Cooler, 19-4. We dropped 15 points. From Super Android 13 to History of Trunks, we have dropped 16 points.
Yeah, no, it was.
This is a meteoric crash.
It was real bad.
I'm looking at the graph on the bottom of our data, and I want to cry.
It should look like a normal sound wave, but it looks like a sine wave. It hits the roof, and then it hits the floor.
We are in hell. Come on, man. How did we go from the second best one to the second worst one?
Just how it be sometimes.
TV specials, they be like that. Which
man.
The Return of Cooler really does seem like a TV special more than an actual movie, just because of set reuse.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, no, it's dire.
God.
I assume here's my hope. This is the most dire moment in all of Mondo Cool. From here, it gets better.
Hopefully. I want to dream.
There's no more OVA, so yes.
I mean, not in the middle of the Dragon Ball Z movies. There's still some OVAs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's going to be funny. But this was the worst, man. How do you look worse than a Dragon Ball film we hated that got none of the budget and time in it because another one was being made at the same time? Well, thankfully, we're past our 12th episode of Mondo Cool, which means for lucky number 13, we have something really exciting that Bob has to read.
But this is quite the interesting read I have to do. Okay.
Number go up. Number go up.
Number go up! It's time! Number go up! Next time on Mondo Cool, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan!
This month's GigaBoots videos were brought to you by our lordly executive producers: Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, Third Birthday Wen, and Adam Macarena. thank you very much to our executive producers.
And also these guys.
Soar on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots and become an executive producer today.